Well, folks, good evening. Welcome back to another Thursday evening. This is Papa D, and as you already know, this is Let's Talk About It with Papa D. And an interesting week continues, as you saw before the opener. And this is on our channel page also, if you want to follow it. The official White House shutdown clock. We're at officially 29 days, 20 hours and counting in what's turning out to be the longest shutdown in government history, and one that's going to cause a significant amount of pain. It is causing a significant amount of pain. We will get into that in nauseum. Something that needs to stop, needs to end. But we want to thank you for coming in this evening. I'm going to bring Angela in here shortly. The true reason why you're here to watch the channel in the first place. Certainly not for the old guy. By the way, boom. Cheap plug. But we're going to get right into it this evening. Just want to take a quick thank you in advance to our subscribers. And we'll get into the numbers are looking really good. We are appreciative of everyone that comes out and spends some time with us every week. And we are here to kind of recap today, recap the week, and feed you the news as we see it, unfiltered, and only somewhat biased. Anyway, with that, welcome in, and I'm going to bring in my cohort in crime, Angela, from up in the state of Tennessee. And there she comes. Angie.
Hey, how's everybody doing?
How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good.
Been an interesting week and interesting I think potentially an interesting couple of days coming up here from what we're hearing. We'll touch on that a little bit. But still under shutdown. We are still waiting for at least 5 members of the Democratic caucus to regain their sanity, or at least acquire some, I should say.
Mm-hmm. Brief sanity. We'll even take that. Just a brief.
It only takes
30-second.
for the
push
vote.
the button. Right. Just push the yay button, and then you can go back to being your leftist, liberal, nut job self. That's.
Yep. And we'll be able to, at that point, start negotiating some of these things that they want to negotiate so bad, and including a bill that's not a bill that is for that purpose. So, with that being said, we'll dig a little deeper in that. But we've already started off with what we planned on starting off with, and it is the government shutdown. It continues. Next vote will not be taken by the Senate until Monday. The Schumer shutdown, whether he wants to own it or not, continues. And the story that's coming out around that, a couple different things actually we can touch on, Ange. Air traffic control being one, food stamp recipients, SNAP
yeah.
recipients. So there's a whole lot of dynamics that are turning around this thing, and a lot of pain that has been felt and that will continue to be felt. But I think they're expecting paychecks are coming up on their first full cycle without a paycheck. For one group, saw an article earlier that I read, recap, JFK and Newark, ground halt, believe it was yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
When we get to the point where it's unsafe to fly for the reason of not having enough ATC people in the towers, as the Secretary of Transportation said earlier today, we're only going to be able to operate based on the level of safety that can be given by the people that are still working. So that's a whole new issue to deal with.
Oh
People
yeah.
that are still flying. I'm not a flyer anymore. Um,
People
we
that are
have to start.
flying for the holidays, probably a
Better
little
think twice.
stressed right now
Yeah.
because, anytime in the next couple of months, if you have a planned trip, my best advice to you would be pay attention to your airline and that you've booked your flight with. Keep checking the updates on that if they have delayed, canceled, any change to your flight, you can keep updated on that also from the airport website itself too. And then make sure you get to the airport early and have enough time to get through TSA because you do not know what you're going to be looking at when you when you show up, especially if you're flying with your family and you have young ones this holiday season.
Mm-hmm.
People might be changing some plans given, like you said, the safety in the skies, and also with people now having to figure out uh, their snap. A joke. This is not funny by any means, and do not uh, get mix up my words. But just in my head today earlier, I thought of instead of no shave November, it's no snap November. And
Mm-hmm.
it sounds funny, but it's not funny. So many families are suffering right now. And I mean, we talked about it a little bit yesterday, Dad. I mean, in my opinion, okay, as someone who has received um, assistance in the past, if you know, unless you've been living under a rock, you kind of know what's going on. Okay. Everybody's talking about it. It's all over social media. There's videos everywhere. You don't have to look very far. People are talking about it at work. People are talking about it amongst their friends and their family and all those things. If you've known about this as an impending situation that could happen, to start planning earlier
Mm-hmm.
than this week for, oh no, what are we going to do next month? No, especially with the recipients who are receiving ungodly
Yep.
amounts of money a month for SNAP and cash assistance, because cash assistance is also included in certain states with your food stamps benefits. So,
That's right.
the people who are receiving $5,000 a month, it might not all be food stamp money. It could be cash assistance depending on what they qualify for. There's all types of restrictions and things, whatever. But um, it's devastating. I've seen from both sides of the spectrum this week on online where you have the people who are, we can't say whether they're abusing the system or not, but given the attitude that they have about what they're about to do in response to not receiving their benefits, you can only wonder. You see that the obnoxiousness of people. Then you see on the other side of the coin people who are making videos online who are absolutely devastated because they can't work. They're disabled, or they have a disabled young child or a family member that they can't work. They have to take care of them, or they're elderly. And these people
Mm-hmm.
rely on these benefits for the right reasons. And now they're having to figure out an alternative. So
Right.
it's, and my theory is this is not going to get to the ugly dark levels that people are thinking it's going to get to, at least for the first couple of weeks. I studied yesterday, the benefits roll over every single month. So if you receive 2,000, okay, then you have $800 that rolls over into November. That, if they're willing to cut back a little and get the essential.
Right.
Now, eventually that's going to run out too. So my theory is closer to Thanksgiving is when we're going to have to hit like the real panic button if they haven't already reopened the government, which is what we need them to do right now. Stop sitting on your rear ends and get to work. If you're watching this and you feel strongly, which I hope you do, please call your representative, okay? This is no joke. We're not kidding when we say this stuff. Make the call. let them know that this has absolutely got to stop, because the more they hear from their constituents, the more pressure gets put on them. And this might turn the corner towards the right direction instead of where we're at right now. So it's
Right.
just, it's all around just a really, really ugly situation
Right.
for the country to be in. And I feel awful for these people. I
Yeah.
really, really
And
do.
and albeit don't we we're heartless or anything like that. Between the 42 and 45 million people, depending on who you listen to, uh, 42 to 45 million people that receive benefits.
Right.
There's a big share that shouldn't be. There's a big share that I was watching in a documentary today about the amount of SNAP benefits that are sold. I mean, it's
Mm-hmm.
goes on. It has gone on forever, and they sell their
Decades.
cards, and this is something that is not new. But again, the people that need it, the people that rely on it, the people that barely get by, uh, are
Mm-hmm.
suffering due to basically what comes down to political pigheadedness, and that needs to be stopped at least on the one side of the aisle, because a bill was proposed to uh, produce some funding, and it failed miserably, just as every vote so far has failed. There's also something that most people don't realize. There's about $9 billion in emergency reserve funds that the Fed has the Fed has at its disposal for a situation like this if they want to release them. Uh, that has not happened yet either. So blame lies all around, and they need
Mm-hmm.
to get together and at least take care of those who, for now, need the food service. As Angie indicated, there's a whole lot going around on the social media outlets about what a lot of people think or are planning to do,
Mm-hmm.
ransacking stores, doing all kinds of crazy stuff. You guys can go check that out if you want to. I'm not going to give it much time, but this is a reaction when folks rely on the government for anything. The government can give, and the government can take care of, and just as quickly the government can turn off the spigot. And that's what's happened here. And I've got an opinion about that. I think this is a well too planned and well timed event with the holidays coming up and everything else.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I don't. This just didn't. We didn't wake up and say, hey, let's just do this and affect tens of millions of people and children, and let's start dragging the economy down, slowing down the pace. This was a well planned and orchestrated event, and I hope whatever the time frame for that event was, that they find a time to take a hiatus and at least get the government opened back up and get some of these folks taken care of. The the steps that have already been taken need to work, volunteer time, things to get benefits in the future have already taken place, have already been included in the big beautiful bill. So we need to get together and take care of those who need to be taken care of, while these other portions of cleaning up the system work their way
Right.
through. And it doesn't start with one party taking a continuation bill that's been signed, been used many times before, even in recent history at prior White House, uh, and turned it into a $1.5 trillion boondoggle. Um, I heard a remark today, and you may have heard that on Fox. One of the senators, the big stink has been the continuance of the Obamacare subsidies and all that. And he said,
Mm-hmm.
y'all pushed this bill through in the middle of the night when you had total control. Why did you not? Why did you have it have an expiration date? Why did you have it hit this point? And they didn't have an answer for that. So again, blame goes all around, but it doesn't take but 30 minutes and a few pushes of a button to uh, turn the government back on, and then we can talk about
Yep.
these other things later. And this affects all of us. The Obamacare subsidies affects our family. Um, it's not going to be fun, and it's going to be pain all the way around. Let's just mitigate as best we can until hopefully cooler minds prevail and we can move
Right.
on. So hopefully that takes place. But do check those. There's a lot of those videos out there. A lot of them are made in jest. I think, Angie, they come off with TikToks and all those kind of things. And
Oh yeah,
uh,
and I have seen that some of them have been debunked as like AI videos and
exactly.
certain ones, not all of them, but I mean, it really is hard to tell sometimes with the way that some of these videos are put out there. And if you're not paying attention and you're just, on your phone scrolling through and you happen to see something, you might not at first glance notice that it might not be real. That's how deceiving some of these AI videos are. So,
Right.
um, proceed
So
with
take it for face
caution.
value.
Right. Right.
But
Don't look too deeply into things. Check your source, obviously. We always tell you
mhm.
check your source. Don't start speaking things that you aren't 100% sure, if they're legit or not, because that could come back to haunt you. So just do your homework.
Absolutely. But
Um,
also be careful because some of this is legit. The mainstream
mhm.
media, the real media, are reporting on specific circumstances, cases where they've been talking to people, and videos that have been placed out there in the public domain. Uh, there could be some serious repercussions because we all know when you have a family to take care of and there's no food, the one thing that's going to set somebody off to do things they wouldn't normally do would be,
Hunger.
starve my kids, starve my family.
Mhm.
So be careful. There have been comments made about uh, going at the stores, going at people coming out of the stores, particular demographics, particular uh, older folks, where they can just grab and run. We'll
Right.
see
Or if you're by
if any of that.
yourself.
If you're by yourself, there's been a lot of people online that have said don't go shopping by yourself. Again, not to try to stir the pot and get people all freaked out and worried, but it is a serious situation that could have some serious repercussions. And I hope cooler minds prevail in that
I do too.
because if you're going to go to the store and you're going to fill up baskets and you're going to easily probably knock out a $500 potential tab there, that's a felony charge.
Mhm.
You know, this will
Yeah.
pass. It's painful now, but it will pass. And jeopardizing your future just to be part of that mob mentality is not worth it.
Right.
So if there's anybody that you know that has said to you, yeah, we're going to go out and we're going to go in that store, man, we're going to come out and we're just don't one lady said she was bringing her cousins and they were going to punch everybody in the face that tried to stop them, and now you got an assault charge on there. If this is legit,
Right.
just we need all to take a deep breath and say, okay, these guys will work this out. Hopefully sooner than later, but do not ruin your life. You go to jail, your kids go to DCS. Is it Andrew?
Yeah.
Depends on the state
Yeah,
you're
they're
in.
gonna they're gonna
Your
get put
kids
in
go
foster
there.
care. Mhm.
So, you know,
Don't do
this
that.
will work its way out. As we said last week, try to get resources to hold it over until this thing is worked out, and it will be worked out. Your churches, local food banks, food pantries.
Right.
Go look if you have neighbors, friends, family. Don't jeopardize everything you have in your future and your children's future due to becoming part of a mob mentality and deciding it's, because what's going to happen is, they're going to come out with carriages full of not just food but TVs and clothes, and when you tear a store apart, we've seen it before
It's true.
in cities, major metropolitan areas. So let's just take a deep breath, folks, and if you're putting those videos out there, if you're having that kind of a mindset, think twice. You're gonna
Right. Just
you'll
be
end up
an
regretting it.
adult.
And the other side of it is, if you're planning on going up and down the streets and banging down people's doors and cleaning them out for some Jiffy peanut butter and a loaf of Wonder Bread,
Don't
um,
do it.
don't do it. And that's as far as I'm going to discuss personally, but don't do it.
Right.
There are some blue states that maybe you'll get away with it a little bit longer, but yeah,
In the
just don't do
South,
it.
we don't play games.
Yeah, the games are not. The game is not afoot. Um, uh,
Do not try to jump up on somebody at Walmart trying to steal their prized possession tomahawk steak that they just spent half their paycheck on, because I
right.
promise you something. You're gonna get taken down in the Walmart parking lot. And
Yeah.
good thing to know, you guys, okay? Walmart's parking lots are not owned by Walmart. Most Walmarts are on leased property. So Walmart doesn't give a damn about what happens once you get past that front door and off that little sidewalk, because it's not their problem anymore. If you're in trouble, they will call the cops,
Yeah, but
but
they're
they're
not
not
going to
going to
come
go out
save your
there.
butt.
Right. They're not diffusing anything because they are too busy trying to keep what's left of their product in their store. So
That
just
they can sell to
it's
people with
you're
money.
right. You're kind of on your own if you're going to start going up to Walmart
Yeah,
or any big retail store for that matter.
right. And
Just be an adult and be smart
act
about
like
it.
an adult. That's pretty much it.
Right.
Don't act like a thug. In here in middle, we're in Central Florida, and it's been on the media, and they're telling people it'd be a good idea if you did your shopping early. Uh, Come pick up, I say Walmart because that's the big one.
Well, it's the
All
biggest
stores,
grocery retailer in this country, so yeah.
absolutely. Yeah, well, they're the number one EBT user.
Yep.
Yeah,
Recipient, yeah.
accepting EBT. So they're telling people, well, be good to get your groceries early this week. Uh, Pick up at the pick up on the side of the building there, or have it delivered.
Mhm.
Just trying to kind of downplay and say, hey, come into the store. Depending on how things go, we don't know and we don't expect a widespread crazy, but you just don't know regionally how it's going to go down. So if you're going to do that, great. If you are, watch yourself. You know, if you get a handful of people together, and pretty soon a handful turns into a couple handfuls, and then it turns into a mob. Next thing you know, all you know what's breaking loose. So if you're sitting out there in
Yep.
your truck waiting for the young man or young lady to come around with the cart with your buckets in it, with your Wonder Bread and peanut butter, um, you may have a visitor you don't want. Now, in the South, that's a bad idea.
That's
And
a big nope.
it's big no. And any of you out there that want to see something that'll be very, very entertaining, and we'll really explain a lot of this stuff to you, how things operate down here. Go look up Sheriff Grady in Polk County, Florida. He's got a great channel. He does
He's
all
a
this
legend.
daily update. He's a legend. Everybody, if you don't know him, you got to watch him. Uh, Give you a real good idea how things are handled, and it's just not a good idea to get on the wrong side down here. So, and that goes for Tennessee. It goes for the South in general, going out to Texas, uh, out west. But use your heads. Don't end up in jail or worse over a peanut butter
Mhm.
sandwich. Just be
Right.
just be smart. The government will get their heads together and straighten this out. And as Angie said, make the phone calls. As we said last week, also call your representative, call your congressperson, leave a message, send an email. Bitch, moan, and blow, because the only thing they understand is what happens at election time. And all this
It's true.
episode is doing is putting them further and further and further back for the midterms and beyond.
Yeah.
Uh,
Oh yeah. Very
I
much
think all they're
so
doing, Angie, would
beyond.
you agree? They're pretty much looking for an exit ramp now. They know this is not going to end up the way they want it to end up. So they're just looking
So
for a
um,
very long exit ramp that they can decelerate this thing and save
I'm
face.
glad you said it like that, because when I think about it, I
Whoop,
think of it as
there I am.
like in the movie Speed, where they know they're going to crash, right? The bus is out of control
Yeah, you're going down.
and
Hey, go
they're
boom.
going down. They know it's going to be ugly, and in this situation, the whole Democratic Party is a bus that is on fire. They know they're going to crash. They know it's not going to last forever. And right now, in their desperation to stay relevant in politics, you see the key players like AOC and Bernie, and you've got uh, what's his name in California, um,
Oh, Newscom.
Newscom, yeah. And Kamala is barely treading above water, but she's drowning pretty quick in her little interview scheme. Um, and but you've got these select few people that, as the bus is disintegrating into flame, they're like crawling up the side trying to gain anything out of this at all, to keep even a fraction of their career relevant after all the dust settles, because they know this
Absolutely.
is going to get worse. This is only the beginning, really. I mean,
Yeah.
we're not even a full year into this with the second term. So it's going to be interesting to see, once we get over the hurdle of the government shutdown, how that's all going to go,
How this
because then
how this
we're going to start
dumpster
learning,
fire goes out.
right, we're going to start learning more about the
And
midterms and the
Ange, could you
potential
explain something to
polling.
me? I need you
What?
to explain this to me. Uh, Kamala, one of her many book tour interviews, uh,
Oh, her book tour blunders. Yeah.
book tour blunder tour. Um, I did read some. I didn't buy the book. I won't buy the book, but I've read some excerpts, and whew, wow, that's interesting.
Yeah, it's a
Anyway,
doozy.
it's a doozy. Uh, how she speaks of the fact that how close this election was, and at a point, the point at which she knew that it was over was when she got called from her campaign manager that they were still looking and they couldn't find 20,000 votes. Now, I may be having a brain hemorrhage or something, but all the swing states, popular vote, didn't that take place
Hmm.
for real?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it took place. I
Okay.
mean,
But yet it
it
was a
seemed
close
like a
election.
fever
It was,
dream,
yeah, well, it was a nightmare for
you
some,
know.
dream for others.
Um,
Uh, but
right.
to say that the election was one of, these are her words, not mine. I'm paraphrasing, but one of the
Oh
closest
yeah.
elections ever, and I must have missed that one.
Oh, oh yeah, and what I thought particularly hilarious, Dad, was
What is that?
when she started talking in the book about how um, everyone around her was so positive in saying that, up until, election night, they kept telling her, we this is good, it's going to be fine, we're going to win this state, we're going to get this state. I
Could
don't
be a
think
blowout.
how she wrote it down is how it actually happened, because when we were watching the election results, Dad, they kept, not very often, mind you, but they would show Kamala's little camp set up, and it was a dismal show up of, there was not a lot of positivity going around. So I don't know,
Well,
maybe she was referring to a dream that she had, that she won, and it was like, kind of like a Back to the Future scenario, and she like traveled 88 miles an hour on her margarita
that's
coattail.
that's
I
probably
mean,
it.
I think she had a drunken dream and then wrote about it in the book and thought it was for real,
Yeah, I've
because
heard
that's the
very
only thing that
few.
makes sense.
Yeah, I've heard very few excerpts from the book that relate to anything other than an alternate universe. And that's why I was a little
Yes.
confused how I apparently missed the election because it was that close,
At least the one
and
that she had thought up in her head. I missed that one. I
I
watched the
missed that
one
one.
that happened where
Yeah,
Trump won, but I don't know, whatever
yeah,
dream scenario she's concocted. I didn't catch that
very
episode, but I
confusing,
mean,
very confusing. Yeah, we're going to go
I'll
back
have to
and
check that
maybe
one out.
I'll have to rewatch the election night reruns from the various fake news networks and the one that matters, and
Right. I'm gonna have to do a
see if
little
we
digging. We'll have to recap that, you
dig on
guys.
it. Anyway, I bring that up. I've seen a number of her interviews over the last couple of days, and
Yeah.
uh,
She's not doing herself any favors. So we'll just put it like
not even
that.
close. Not even close. And that brings me kind of my lead into this about the 2028 election,
Mm.
and so much trash going on about that. Uh, let's be honest. The bench to say the bench is thin is an understatement. Uh, I've heard, I've actually heard Kamala AOC. I've heard Newscum Kamala. I've heard Kamala Newscum. What's his name? The other dude that, the one that she passed on because she
Shapiro?
said he was too gay. I
Oh,
always forget his name.
Buttigieg?
Buttigieg, Boogie Boogie, Boogie. Yeah, that's why I can't remember his name.
God.
Cause Boogie Boogie. That's a song from the '60s, Booly Booly.
Wow. 'Tis the
But
season, you guys.
yeah, you pull it. No matter what name you pull out of the hat and whatever combination you come up with,
Trash.
they all turn up to what? That's your
No.
that's what you got. That's your bench.
Their best honest bet, if they were going to even remotely put up anybody, would be Shapiro, because technically he's
Absolutely.
still moderate. He's still a moderate. He could win back the base if they let him talk enough, get him on everything imaginable, put him out there, really get people to know him. Start now. Do not wait. Start now. You're going to need the extra traction. You might have a chance of getting some good numbers in the
Well,
polls
they would
and in the
certainly have a
voting
better chance
booths.
of getting the donors back, because right now
Yeah,
they had
because
that donor call,
nothing.
donor meeting, luncheon
Yeah.
last week it was, and boy, that turned into a dumpster fire for her. She actually got chewed out. One of the biggest donors, Democratic donors out there, lit her up and said not nice things to her about, if you're running, you ain't it.
Well,
We ain't here. We're done.
I think we're
Um,
past the pleasantries at this point. If you're going to be
oh,
donating millions of dollars to a cause, we're past pleasantries. It's, if you're not going to put up results, get out of my way or show me someone who will. And
right.
that's just how, I mean, money talks. That's just the
You
reality.
you blew through $1 billion+ with a B,
Hmm.
and this is what we got. And now you want us to jump on board and do it again. So it's going to be interesting. And you're absolutely right. That's kind of where I was going with this. The Democratic Party is in such disarray right now. It doesn't have an identity anymore. It doesn't have really nothing that stands for, and what it stands for is going so far left. And again, renaming it the Socialist Democratic Party was the right thing, because that's pretty much what they're standing for at this time. Uh, if you're going to rebrand, retool, and find that body, and there's only one body, and again, Shapiro's the only name that I think stands a chance, because then you have a chance of turning back a swing state, and but you got to
Right.
let him loose if he's even interested. And with the dumpster fire that the party's become, in
It's going to
recent
be a hard
history,
sell.
it'll be a hard sell. So it'll be very interesting to see how this all plays out. But I keep daily, and you see it too, Ange. You see these
Mm.
combinations coming out of the hat, and every one of them just gets worse than the one before. Um, and the bow being wrapped around what's going on in New York City right now, doesn't
Hmm.
help the cause at all. Although I did see tonight that the race, they are seeing the race tighten a little bit for New York City mayor.
I Yeah, Cuomo had gotten some key people coming out to support him, which
Mm-hmm.
is definitely a big help, especially when you have so many people that have not lived in New York City for a very long time. I mean, it's constantly evolving and shifting and growing. So you have people that have been there during prior, mayoral administrations and remember those people. And if they are, supporting this guy, well, I better jump on that train because I trust this guy. So
Right.
that's something that Memdani, what's his name? I don't know.
Mom Donnie.
Okay, so
Mom, mom,
okay,
mom, mom, mom,
I
mom.
think I was close. I tried. Um,
Yeah.
he's a
The
real
Fox News
piece of
poll.
work. He he is what you like to call a manipulative sociopath in real time. This is what the FBI trains for, to look at people who, I mean, essentially, I mean, this is like the worst case scenario, but killers. This is what
Mm-hmm.
they do. This is the exact tactics that killers use on their victims. They wine and dine them, they sell them this story, they bring them along for the ride, and the next thing you know, catastrophe strikes. Well, it's kind of the same thing that he's selling everybody a song and dance.
Mm-hmm.
And people are so broken in that city right now. They are so beat down and broken in some of these
Yeah.
areas, in some of the
I'll
boroughs.
bring this up real
Not
quick, Angela, while you're talking. You got that? Whoop, hold on. Hold on. I have to bring up your audio again. You there?
yeah.
Okay. When I switched over to the graph, the audio wasn't
Oh,
with
it
it.
kind of cut me off. Oh.
Yeah, it shifted over. That's bad planning on my part. My apologies. But yeah, you can see by this is from Fox News, and thank you very much for having that out there. We have no rights to this. Just want to show you what the most recent poll is showing, and it really just shows us that if Curtis Sliwa would bow out, this would be a neck and neck race. We've got about a 3 ± 3 point margin, I believe, on this one. So, but Mondami right now is running at about 47%. Cuomo at 31%, with Sliwa gaining ground. But Sliwa's assuming that they would go towards Cuomo, which not all would, with the margin of error, would make that a tight race. But that's all conjecture if that were to even happen.
Oh yeah, and I think the one thing that I don't think people realize, maybe they do, is Trump is watching this race very closely. New York has a very, very dear special place to that man's heart. He's not going to let this slide if this all goes the way it's looking like it's going to go.
Oh.
Now, that's not to say that it's kind of, mayoral races are really finicky because people in New York, especially New York races, we have had races in the past for mayor where it's looking like it's going to be this guy. And then the week of, it completely flips on its head, and it's the other candidate. So it has happened in the past. I'm not saying that it wouldn't happen in this race as well, but I think the fact that Cuomo is gaining traction so late in the game is saying something. I think a lot of people are starting to wake up. Maybe they've started watching some of the released videos that have come out from this Mamdani guy in the past, and what things that he's said. People are seeing those things. That's why social media is so powerful. That's why we have been so, grateful to Elon for getting X back to its freedom, because that's how important this is. The
right.
Situations like this where you need to have those people who live in those boroughs get as much information as possible. And we all know that if you're living in that city right now, you're getting so much false information constantly, every day. So if you need a source to find something that's real, okay, well, at least we know X is credible again, so that's a plus. But
That's right.
I am staying positive that this is not going to go the way that we have thought that this is going to go for the last couple of weeks, especially. I still am having high hopes, but regardless, I think some of the not some, a lot of the things that Mamdani's talking about that he wants to do once he wins and all these things, a lot of the things that he has discussed aren't even possible to do. So it's not.
Yeah, there's things that he could get away with if he had the support of Washington. And as you said,
he does not. This ain't Biden's White House anymore, people.
Yeah, it's not going to happen. So, if you're going to provide, you're going to take over public property or private property for public housing, locking in rates. You're going to give free bus rides to everybody. You're going to take over the grocery stores and run those. Well, when I hear him say that, what's ringing in the back of my head is government subsidies, checks rolling in from the Fed to help pay for this, and that ain't going to happen.
Tons of grants.
So, if you want to go and do stupid things like defund the police, cut the police force and send out social service people instead of cops and hope that they don't get themselves shot. By the way, I've got history and in what I did prior with the badge, and yeah, go into a situation with a domestic and send out a psychiatrist instead of a couple cops and see how that ends for you. Very poorly.
Right. It's not going to be good.
So it won't be everything that he's selling that faction of the people of New York that believe we're going to get free, free, free. It ain't going to work out. And if they do get free, 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 it's got to come from somewhere else. He's already putting another 2% tax on the top 1% of the wage earners. Well, they've already started leaving the city. And as your mother said to me today, comments were made that Wall Street doesn't need to be in New York. New York doesn't need to be the financial capital of the world.
Oh my God. If they took out Wall Street out of New York, that would essentially cripple the city.
Yeah,
There's
Wall
so
Street's
many
a street.
people that
The Dow
there's
Jones, everything. They're all investment bankers. They're all businesses. They're all business people. They're there to make money.
Yeah.
You go say we're going to take from you for our new socialist democratic society so we can redistribute the wealth. They're going to go, really? And you're going to have states like Florida, Texas, others, many others.
Sorry, I had to let the dog outside.
What's that?
Go ahead. Keep talking, Dad. I hear you.
You got it?
Yeah.
Okay. But anyway, not that you would expect that to happen. That's right up there with California leaving the union, although that would be a nice thought too. But we're at a point where you're not going to push too hard on the city of New York's people. Like
right,
you
who
said,
are already
Ange,
suffering so bad.
it can slide off the edge real fast.
Mm-hmm.
Their governor is not the most popular anymore.
No.
Jersey is neck and neck. My old home stomping grounds. And that, I think, is going to surprise everybody. Next Tuesday is going to surprise everybody. Can't wait to broadcast. Are we going to broadcast Tuesday night?
We can.
We could. A little bit, special events.
Yeah,
We'll
we could do a
figure that
special event.
But anyway, so yeah, they're wrapping their arms now late in the game around Mondami, and it's not help. Again, as most things, it's not helping their cause. So, not to continue to beat up on the weakness of the party, but it just gets
and the
worse
fact
and
that
worse.
not only that, Dad, but I mean, I don't know if you've heard on social media just floating around, but they're calling this guy the future of the Democratic Party. So basically, what they're telling they're all the constituents, all the voters that have voted for them in the past, and people that still support them. The 29 or 28% that it is at right now. They're basically telling you socialism is the Democratic future. So if you are voting Democrat in the future, this is what you can look forward to because
this is your party.
This is what he's selling is what, man, we love it. So if that's not for you, if you aren't a fan of socialism, you might have some decisions to start making for the next election cycle.
And think long term, as we always say. Think long game, not short game,
right.
Long game. You want to see this guy make a run to the White House?
No, thank you. Mm-mm.
Yeah. We can talk.
Not personally.
We can do another show about how socialism, the experiment of socialism, has failed miserably wherever it's been tried, and it's in place today.
It's been tried a lot.
Yeah, it's still in place around the world. I mean, it's doesn't work. There was a guy I watched a video today on. He's from Cuba, and he said, "Let me go over how great socialism is." They get a monthly allowance of food. They get $20 a month when I think a dozen eggs equivalent cost is like $30. Uh,
Oh my gosh.
uh, on a monthly basis, they may get a small bag of pinto beans and a bag of rice. Some months they'll get both. Some months they only get one, and that's a small bag for the family. Uh, just going over the dynamics of
Goodness.
how this is how good socialism is, and
Right.
they come over and take over the property. Everybody gets the same, which is nothing, and this is what's being touted by Manamanamanamani. So
Oh yeah, but he makes it sound like it's the
good luck
greatest
to New
thing on
York.
planet Earth.
Mm.
We're gonna have citywide grocery stores. Okay, let me tell you guys something. For any of you who have been or lived in New York City, I personally would never want to go into a city-owned grocery store of any kind in that city. Well, certain boroughs maybe not, but you got to pick and choose. That is a dicey situation right there. Okay, just that statement alone is sketchy. Also, it hurts a lot of the mom and pop businesses, the butchers, the little candy shops, the bakeries, little sandwich shops, cheese shops, all those little things that you find around the city. They are going to suffer because
Right.
now they're in competition with the city that they pay taxes to.
But that's
How wild is that?
yeah,
Okay.
that's how the city pays for all the free stuff. You got
Right.
to
That
sell
is just
stuff.
wild.
It's
But I wouldn't
insane.
shop there. Don't go in there and shop there. If you are City in the next 6 months after if he ends up winning for mayor and this all
Don't go to
starts to
Mondami Mart.
unfold, right? Don't go there. Just don't. Okay, it's probably
Oh
the most
boy.
dangerous. It's probably more dangerous than a bodega on a corner, like in Harlem. Okay, I would feel
After
more
midnight.
safe doing that. Right, I would feel more safe doing that than going
Right.
to one of his little city-owned grocery shops. Oh my goodness, no,
Right.
no,
But
no,
we'll
no.
keep you guys updated on that. I mean, right now he is the clear leader. We're not completely
Right,
oblivious to
this
the
could go
polls,
either way.
but you know, Trump was
It's
supposed
not
to
looking
lose in a
good.
landslide twice. He lost
That is
once,
true.
and we know why he lost.
Mhm.
That's what made me chuckle when I heard about the Kamala. They were looking to find 20,000 votes when that night of the Biden election,
Oh,
2016,
they found some votes.
they found 300 and some thousand votes in Atlanta sitting under somebody's desk. So I just chuckled when I heard how she
Oh,
chose her words. We're looking for 20,000. I mean, there's a box somewhere. Just didn't find it.
right.
So anyway,
Mhm.
stranger things have happened. We have high hopes for the people of New York that are just jumping on the bandwagon until it's time to pull the lever, and then they get their wits about them. Same thing in Jersey. Keep it up, New Jersey. They're working hard out there.
Mhm.
This could be the first Republican gubernatorial positive run since Christie, and we're not bragging about Christie. God knows, but
Oh, no.
get the Garden State back on its feet. So
Right. Let's give it something to, when you think about the state, you're not just rolling your eyes and a big sigh. You got
yeah,
something to be proud of.
here we go again.
Be nice.
All right. And I think just switching over to the big story, and this is not the first big story, it's actually the second big story. There we go. The president's big tour, Asia trip this week.
Hey.
There you are. You're back.
Yeah, I'm back.
Start off meeting with the new boom boom. Help me, Japan
Oh, Prime Minister.
Prime Minister. I can't think of her name, and I probably couldn't pronounce it anyway.
Oh,
But
I'm not
anyway, he
even going
met.
to try that.
Yeah, met with the Prime Minister of Japan, first female Prime Minister in Japan. Came to a
Kudos to
lot
Japan.
of deals there, and we're going to be
Yes.
supplying
We're
them
getting a lot
with
of cherry trees.
getting 300, I believe, cherry. We
Right.
are going to the military pact is tighter than ever, and kind of teed off the meeting with the China president yesterday.
Yes.
A lot of good things came out of the the meeting with the Japanese folks. A lot of it was closed door. We're just getting the pieces out of the backside of that. But again, we're going to be sending, I believe, 50 missiles, Stingers, over to them. We are tightening up the military pact with them. A lot of good things economically coming out, more trade, and that turned out to be a very good deal. I wanted to actually do a big section on that, but we're coming up on the time crunch now. But that led into the meeting with the president of China, and I say the pact with the missile and the military really kind of put the Chinese folks on their toes. And
Right. Well,
and
it
I
shows.
said something different, but it's Tomahawks. They're Tomahawk missiles.
Yeah.
And that kind of put Russia back on its heels too, because we've expecting shortly that the president will approve Tomahawk missiles for the Ukraine, which is
Game changer.
Russia's nightmare. It'll take time to train them on it, but it's something that they're considering now. So that is going to be a whole lot going on. I mean, the diplomatic show this week with the president was just phenomenal.
Top notch.
Accomplishing so much with respect to trade and tariffs. He did back up the tariffs a little bit on China after the meeting. They agreed to work a little bit harder on the fentanyl problem. They're going to buy a bunch of soybeans from us, so that's going to help our farmers out. Not any of the big things that we hoped or thought would get out of that meeting, but you have to start with
baby
these small
steps.
things and to get the discussion open.
Right.
Right before the meeting, the president made an announcement that we're going to resume nuclear weapons testing. And again, as you're going into the meeting with the president, the supreme leader of China, and the Russian folks are listening to that, and Russia and China have their ties.
They're like this, simpatico.
Well, if it wasn't for China, Russia would be. I mean, they've only picked up, I think, 0.6
Done.
of an acre, or of the total territory, not of an acre, 0.6 tenths of the total territory that they've wanted to take back since the beginning of the war. And if it weren't for China, they wouldn't have what they have right now, and they'd be in a worse position. And then we step in and say, oh, by the way, clearly Russia's not sincere. Every time they say they're going to do something, we meet, we talk ceasefire, then they go in and they continue fighting and bombing and doing crazy stuff. So stepping up and saying, we're going to, possibly consider sanctions. We are definitely putting sanctions on Russia, along with sending Tomahawks over possibly to the Ukraine, puts a lot of pressure on that theater and what China is and will want to do moving forward. Because no matter how you slice it, folks, President Trump's the leader of the free world. He's the big daddy now. Where he goes, he is respected. And be careful who you want to pick
he's
a battle
a damn
with.
good chess player when it comes to politics. I mean,
Absolutely.
He got India to stop buying Russian oil, so that's another dig at Russia. That was before this event even occurred, this trip. So don't tell me for a second that this man isn't strategic in, okay, we're going to get India to stop buying oil from Russia. Then I'm going to go over to Japan and strengthen the alliance even further with the new leader in charge, new prime minister. And I'm going to have a great first trip stop in Malaysia. I'm going to be dancing with some folks, having a good old time. And then by the time I get to China, he's like, oh crap, he's having the greatest time of his life. He got a crown. He got cherry trees. He got
was hilarious.
Yeah, and now he's talking like serious trade deals and all this stuff. And I mean, he has a good time, but when it comes to business, this man is all business. He's all strategy. Right. And I think, I will say this too, Dad. I just want to throw this in there. All good things overseas this week, but I did watch the Turning Point event last night with JD. He
Yes.
spoke at the event last night, and after watching those that whole thing, um, I say this a lot because I feel so strongly about it, but um, if you weren't already a fan of this man to run for president of the United States, I please watch that live replay on YouTube. It will not disappoint. He commands such a presence about him. It's almost like it's like he preaches, but he's not preaching, but he's just talking to you as a person. He's not just being a politician. I don't know. It's just great. I think I can't wait for him to run. Um, that it was just
Absolutely.
it's incredible show of force. I'll just say that
And just in
he's a
case you
great man,
didn't
and Erica
notice,
looks great.
oh, amazing, amazing woman. Her,
Hmm.
what she has been through, and what on the
She
anniversary
just
of
is
the
like a train.
assassination, uh, powerhouse, and
Hmm.
Charlie's legacy is only, I mean, it's only starting. What will be accomplished, what he has started, what will be accomplished. I don't know if you noticed, Ange, but did you notice our channel page? Hold on, I got to bring you back in again. You there?
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah, we made a slight change to our channel page.
looks good.
Well, I can't blow it
I
up.
think it's
But
very fitting.
anyway, we are Charlie Kirk. So, just so you know, we are Charlie.
Just so you know.
Just so you know. But it was a great event. Uh,
Yes.
Powerful event. JD, amazing, amazing job. To come out like Charlie, uh, let's take your questions, the hard ones first. Or not the hard ones, tough ones.
Yeah, the complex ones. So
Yeah,
the ones that are
yeah, I'm not here to do easy stuff. I'm here to do it the way Charlie did it. But it was a great
right.
event. We're looking forward to many more as the number of chapters increase. Oh, I lost my picture. There I am.
Oh, there you are.
I'm back. I just wanted to show you the space picture. It was intentional, right?
I did
Uh,
see. Let me know if this is a thing or not, Dad. I saw something the other day about DeSantis is going to make it so that every high school in Florida has a uh, TP chapter in the
been
high
talk,
school. Is that a thing? Okay,
been a
it's
thing.
a talking thing. Okay,
It's a thing.
because
It's
that's
right up
exciting. I
there.
got high schoolers.
Absolutely, they're going to be coming down here, and our schools.
Hmm.
It's going to be mandatory at the state level that all schools teach cursive writing.
Oh, good, because they
They're
we've
going
been
back to it.
practicing, so that's great.
But
I know.
it's
I
crazy to
told
think that we have to mandate that, but it's a Florida thing.
right.
But there is
That's a
talk
good thing.
about there's a lot going on down in the state, getting rid of or a constitutional amendment that hopefully will get rid of property taxes. Uh, that we will be able to have chapters of Charlie's legacy organization in all the schools. Uh, and it would be more, I would believe, if they wanted one, but you wouldn't be able to have a situation where uh, uh, certain individuals at the school level would be able to dictate no if it's something,
Oh, okay.
because that's happened. Some of the
It's
organizations, some of the
happened. Yeah.
chapters, been thrown off college campuses by left-leaning administration. So that's something that's in the churning mill right now. You see our governor on Fox a lot. We'll see
Mhm.
where that leads. He did make
That's exciting,
a
though.
short run for the presidential election this past cycle. Um, we'll see where that all goes. But we are very, very happy with our governor down here and all the things he's doing for this state. Um, doing such a good job that we're bursting at the seams. Um, but who knows? We could be, Palm Beach could be the next Wall Street. I don't know. It's hard to tell what's going to happen down here.
That would be crazy incredible. Wow. I mean, The location could not be more perfect, really.
Yeah.
I mean, at least you're not in stuffy New York where it's just, all buildings and smog and it's freezing cold and it's sloshy in the winter with the snow and it like you can't find a cab to save your life and there's crime everywhere. Palm Springs is beautiful
Yeah. We
in
might be able to work something out.
comparison.
And,
I Man,
it's
that sounds
it's a
like a
little
great
bit
idea
tough
to
this
me.
time of the year. I mean, we had, what do we have this morning? 66 degrees. It was really cold down here. It was freezing down here.
I guess. We had
Yeah,
38
for us.
degrees this morning, so we're doing great.
It just gives you a purpose now to put on a light shirt so you can exercise your rights.
Not freeze to death, gosh.
Enough said.
Get those hot hands in the truck, Dad. You might need it. I mean, that's
That's
scary.
it. Now down here, the only thing we use our seat warmers for is for all the old folks like me for backaches. We use them like heating pads.
Hey,
So
if you got it, use it. That sounds
you got to
incredible.
use it.
I wish I had one of
But yeah, a
those.
lot of big things happening down in the free state of Florida, and we're very happy to brag on it on our channel here. So as that develops and we get closer to the midterms, past the midterms, we'll see where the political alignment kind of fleshes out, and I'm kind of curious because this is our governor's last term, so
Hmm.
we'll see where Ron goes. But great man. Uh,
Oh yeah, he's got a
we hate to
future
see him
in
go.
politics for sure if he wants it.
If his future is, yeah, it's golden. Uh, and we'll see if I'll leave it on a note about President Trump. We'll see if he gets his third term. I'm not going there.
Well, he's got the golden crown ready and waiting.
He's got the crown, man. Oh man, gotta love the Japanese
How you
folks.
feel about that rally now, people? Just say that's hysterical. I laughed so hard. I almost fell out of my
They
chair.
talk about a 110 horsepower dig. That was awesome. But
Fantastic.
we love them. As long as they trade with us and we get the military pact, and we have a lot going down in Southeast Asia, and it's all positive. So a lot of good came out of this meeting, and I know we glossed over it, folks. We need to get a little deeper dive into a couple of the points. I kind of hit the high points on what turned out to be three major events. And we'll touch on also drug boats continue to explode for some reason. So
They're never going to learn. They're just never going to learn.
Yep, they got a sub earlier this week, I believe it was. Drug sub. So, and of course,
Goodness.
those on Capitol Hill that are on the wrong side of the aisle, they're complaining that we shouldn't be doing those things. But you know what? We also shouldn't be allowing fentanyl, and it's killing millions of people. Has
Right.
killed many and will kill many more.
I would turn that back on them and say, well, we shouldn't have a government shutdown either, but here we
Absolutely.
are.
You shouldn't be collecting
Deborah,
a paycheck
so
for doing
get
nothing.
to work.
Yeah.
Right. It's a little if I'd be like, okay, repeat after me. Hold your little pointer finger up, children, and now we're gonna point it on the yay, not the nay, the yay. And now we're gonna have a government again. It's gonna be great.
Do we feed people? Do we not? Do we get
Right.
air traffic controller? We get our military paid again? The guy that came through with all the donations of $130 million to pay the troops or some of the troops.
It's not really going to cover a whole lot.
No, but great American to do something like
Yes.
that. But in this country, folks, do we really need to have donations from billionaires to pay the military? I mean, shouldn't that be a thing?
It's a bad look.
It's a bad look. And when it was proposed, a separate bill just to do that, the other side of the aisle shot that down
Denied.
also. So, pardon me. But, yeah, bad look. But, can't we just get together long enough to get the government open, get these men and women paid, get the ATC people paid, and get the one lady was one of the heads over the Social Security Administration. She's been working for a week or two without pay. You know, they got bills to pay. These people are trying to figure out how to feed their own kids and not get their houses taken out from underneath them. And all it
Right.
takes is for the party that's not in power to have 5 people have enough common sense to say, hey, let's hit the go button, and then we'll sit back and talk about these other things. But at the end of the day, the main portion of what you're trying to spend money on and trying to do is something that you guys did. And the subsidy thing, again, it's going to hurt people, but it's also been abused and serves very little purpose. And for somebody that knows firsthand about Obamacare, folks, it ain't all it's cracked up to be. It's a bunch of wasted money. If you want me to do a show on that, leave me a comment. I'll talk to you about Obamacare, folks.
Right. It is a inflated pipe dream that was sold as a fix to a healthcare system that was never as bad as they portrayed it to be in the first place.
And then they shoved it
now
through in the
it's
middle of the night and
hmm
said, "You got it. You look what you got." And now here
right
we
now
are.
you have to use it.
Yeah, and 8 years removed, they're band-aiding it to the tune of trillions of dollars and blaming it on the other party, who
Right.
didn't vote for it
Nobody wanted it.
in that form. Nobody wanted it, but the party
Mm-mm.
wanted it. We'll get into a show on Obamacare. We're trying
Yeah,
to wrap
we're
up
gonna have to do a big breakdown on just Obama in general.
on
I feel
just
like because
Obamacare.
that that man has some. Who he is gonna have some serious situations in the next couple of months. I got a feeling once Pam has her way with that. But we'll get in. We'll do a whole Obama breakdown and
We'll
give you guys
we'll
the
do
in-depth detail.
Obama special.
Right, and Obama
And trust me, we
special for
will
the
touch
ages. I'm
on
down.
the presidential library from hell and the 300 and some odd $1 million basketball court.
What is that building anyway? It looks like a reject from Beetlejuice.
Yeah.
Back me up, Dad.
Nobody
It
likes
literally
it.
looks like what is it? It doesn't even look like a building. It looks like I don't even know what. It doesn't look like it's inhabitable or people should go inside. It looks too dangerous to be inside. Like I don't know,
We've
it just
got
doesn't. It looks
buildings in
creepy.
South Florida that are falling into the ocean that look better than that building.
That is
But
true. More
that's the
colorful. I will say
design.
that.
And they've spent, what is it, a couple hundred, few $100 million so
They're
far.
over budget. They're over the
Oh,
projected budget.
and we're not sure we're not sure about what it is, what it's supposed to be.
No,
But
it
anyway,
doesn't.
we'll we'll touch on that, and I'll get some graphics. For those of you that haven't seen it, I'll pull some pictures up, and we'll do
Oh yeah, it's a real winner.
a little bit on that, maybe even next week. But
Yeah.
you know, again, this is just a case of when one party spends money, it's okay. When another party spends a bunch of money but does it via donation, it's not okay. And that's what's going on with the ballroom right now. You've heard the whole story. We won't get into that, but
Oh yeah. It's the
it's
worst
gonna.
thing ever, ever,
It's
ever.
being, yeah. You have political figures who are saying that they were in that building in the East Room when certain legislation was signed. It's like you were in the East Room, which is in the White House. This is not the East Room. They don't even know what they're talking about.
They're getting the East Wing can feel like
With the
it's
East Room.
no.
Yeah, they tore down the history of the East Room. No, they didn't. It's right there. It's right where it always was.
It's literally
You know,
behind you.
you know.
Right there.
But yeah, turn
This
around and
is
look. It's
they're
there.
mad because I think they're mad and everybody's speaking out against it because one, it wasn't their idea. So that's the first problem. And the second problem is even if they did have the idea, they would never be able to get the funding for this kind of project
Right.
like Trump did. And to get it done and even started within the first year of his second term, unprecedented. So I think that's what they're upset about. It wasn't them to take credit for a grand project in addition to a grand White House. So yeah, jealousy is it's a B word, you guys.
Oh, it is. Well, life's a bitch, then you go home. Anyway,
Then
I
you
think
go
we're going to
home
wrap
and
it
go to
up
bed.
here. We're at about we went over about 20 minutes tonight, but we do that as a matter of course anyway.
Right. That's a
As you
pretty
guys have
normal
figured out,
situation.
the show has a format. We have topics we hit on every week, and then we just go from there.
Yeah.
That is our right. I have the buttons. Dad's got the buttons. Daughter's got the
Right. I
ideas,
got the notes.
and we just roll with it. So we hope you get a little bit out of it, and you get a little chuckle out of it too. We try to have a little fun with it. Um, but I think we did a pretty good job with that this week, anyway. But we did go a little bit longer,
yeah.
and we're going to come back next week. It seems like Thursdays are the night. It seems to be working out pretty well across the board. So we'll try to stay with that. I'm going to start putting the next episode up a little bit earlier. So when you hit that bell and you subscribe and you do all that cool stuff, you'll get notified right away. You'll know the next show, and then we'll be able to get you all in here as soon as we kick it off every week. So, but that is the plan. We hope you enjoyed yourself. Ange, what you got for the good of the order?
If you are new tonight and this is your first time ever, welcome. Thank you for stopping by. Feel free to subscribe. Like Dad said, hit that bell so you never miss an opportunity to see whatever crazy stuff we have to talk about for the week. And any other videos that we might just jump in if there's a big breaking news situation, we're there.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure if you're watching, even if you're watching on the replay, thank you for watching. And make sure you hit that like button because that helps get us out into the vast universe that is YouTube. So we can have more friends come join us and watch and hang out. That'd be cool.
Absolutely. We want that algorithm just to lose its mind.
Right.
We want everybody.
We need it. We need that algorithm.
Yep. And just as we always say, guys, we are not a monetized channel here.
No,
we do this because
we're having
we
a good
enjoy
time.
it. We have a good time. We try to not offend anyone. Most of the time.
Right.
Sometimes it's hard.
I'll make
bless their heart.
A slight effort.
Yeah, we'll give it a shot. But we enjoy this. We do it because we love to do it, and we have a lot of fun. It gives Angie and I a chance to chat with each other as well as chat with you. And please subscribe. Be part of the family. We'd love to have you.
Yeah.
I think with that, we'll call it a night. Keep your eyes on everything leading up to next Tuesday, folks. And if you live in one of those states, talk to everybody you know. Jersey, Virginia, New York, what's going on in the city. And we will be back. The next show would more than likely be Tuesday anyway, if we roll it Tuesday. We'll try for that. And maybe we can get some live feed in here from one of the channels that would not be unhappy with us. But, yeah, let's try to plan for that. And if you have any questions or comments, please let us know.
Yeah.
Leave us comments. Tell us what you think, what you don't think, what you want, what you don't want. We'd love to hear it, and we'll incorporate that into the show. If you're someone who has a vast knowledge of something, wrote a book, has a channel, any of those things, let us know. We would love to talk about bringing you on as a guest on the show. New ideas are fantastic. New opinions are even better.
Right. Absolutely.
So, let us know.
And
shoot us an email.
We will never shy away from that.
We will never shy away from that at all. So let us know what you think, and we can make that happen. So with that, we'll say good night, guys. Again, thank you to the subscribers. Thank you to anyone that's going to subscribe. And
God bless America.
God bless America. Have a good night, folks. Thanks for everything.
Bye, guys.